wasted. We've reached the halfway mark of the regular season. A lot of work left to do as we're away in Week 9. Return starts at the 9. This return makes it up to the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. Offense up to the line fast. Out of the gun, Daniels. His first throw is an interception. Kamari Lassiter with the pick. And the Texans get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. He was hoping to get it to Tank Dell there. And now it's 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Why Tony? Love it.
Stroud. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun now for Stroud. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that brings up 4th and long. Everly's kick is good. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Short kick gathered in at the 15. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Mitchell gets it from the gun. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Now Daniels off the play action. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Searching for Chris Olave with that one. And now they're going to face 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans go up 10-zip here in the first. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick-6. The return starts at the 18. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return. Out to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to the air following the pick-6. Pass into the hands of Devontae Walker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Now a give right side to Mitchell. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. He's dropping back to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Pass play now. Brought in right side. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, sit on the bench to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Working quickly here. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught him. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. Looking for a throw here. He's got it. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
Looking to the air here. Buys time, rolling right. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Let's go now.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. The back grabs it. Touchdown, Washington. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
Extra point is up and good from Slh. And the Commanders cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. On the return, here comes Tank Dell. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Oh, ready.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Oh, ready. Good.
From the gun, Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down. They just get the play off. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. So that connection for a 1st will bring us to the end of the 1st. Just a few. Welcome back. We'll begin the 2nd quarter with the Texans in possession. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. And he goes down a little short of the 40. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Second and 6 coming up here.
Oh, ready.
On the ground again with Mixon. And he's able to get this down to the 36. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
3rd down, 1 yard to go.
Here we go.
On the option, here's Mixon. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
They'll come up 1st and 10.
Hey, south.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Commanders will take over as he records his first interception of our season. And just like that, a really good drive is taken away with an INT.
Sure was a lot of promise on that series, right?
Yeah.
That's a small silver lining for them at the very least, but probably won't be much comfort now. And it's going to feel even worse when this quarterback watches the tape tomorrow.
They go play action on 1st. Has it downfield, working the left. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. That one goes for 25 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Second and 3. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They're throwing it. He has the first over the middle. And they get this down to the 28. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Commanders will have a first. Back to throw now. Short pass brought in. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
To the air, 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Now they send their back in motion right. This one's caught.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. It's the Commanders. In a nice spot, 2nd and inches. Mitchell, and he's in for the touchdown. The Commanders get some late points and the lead. Here's Slh to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead. All set for the kickoff. Slh with the honors. Dell now to return it. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
That's a catch for Nico Collins. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Completed over the middle. And they bring him down around the 34.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Here we go.
It's Mixon on 2nd down. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Jack Jones making that tackle. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd down, Mixon gets it. He loses the football. But fortune on the Texans side. One of their guys got to it. They're going to keep the football. It's only 2 on the pickup, and it's an interesting call for them now on 4th down. He's keeping it. He's going for it. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You run that sneak there because you know you can rely. Trust with a capital T on the big fellas to do just enough. Get just enough push in the middle so that QB can fall forward. And as we just saw, it's really hard to stop.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. Cut by Collins on the slant. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll come up 1st and 10.
Here we go, let's go.
From the red zone now. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Here's Stroud now. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. You get a pick 6, you get a pick 6. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick 6 and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down.
Oh, ready.
Fresh off the pick, here's Stroud. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. Try getting it to Nico Collins. And that'll bring up second down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Here comes the final play of our first half.
Robin.
He'll throw it. Fits it through the middle. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. All set for the kickoff. Slh with the honors. Dell now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
All right. Look the high.
Stroud off the play fake. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line.
Here we go.
1st and 10, a run to Mixon. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Play stopped by Damone Clark. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Tony.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
11.
Stroud. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it, thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Shotgun now for Stroud. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Texans are going to have a first down. They're set up at the 35 now.
Hey, south.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And this defense continuing to erase the ground game. This one stopped at the line. Just short on third down, no gain on the run, and now what will they do on 4th?
On the quick, right?
And the QB keeps it on the sneak. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
So simple, yet so hard to defend, Kate. They line up, they play smash mouth, and they get the first down.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
You know, those big guys are taught that you can't get to the quarterback. The next best thing is to get your big paw in the air and knock that ball away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Here we go.
Back to throw, Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
All right.
Throwing is Stroud. Complete beyond the marker. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. To the air yet again. It's Stroud. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. That's much too high and out of the end zone, incomplete.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal.
11.
To the air, Stroud. Much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that forces them to 4th and goal. Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Everly's kick is good. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Has it at the 11. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They're going play action. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 4th and long. The Commanders ready for the punt. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That's going to be a highlight there, a 68-yard punt. And it's going to be Texans football. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Uno.
Now it's Stroud. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Uno more.
1st down, Stroud. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2nd and 3 now.
All right.
That's complete. Here's Kirk. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Jack Jones making that tackle.
Well, the defense was ready for that throw, stopping him right in his tracks, right at the line of scrimmage.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Here we go.
Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Looking to throw. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. That was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a first. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
All right.
Keeping it with Mixon. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They've jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter.
No. 19 Texas. Look the hot, look the hot.
On 3rd and long, it's Stroud. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the... Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
Why Tony? 11.
Here's Stroud. And they won't do it. So that falls incomplete on 4th down.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Chased out to his right. That one's complete over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Setting up a throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Second and 10 now. Cut near the goal line. And that's a Washington touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
All set for the kickoff. Slh with the honors. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey, uno. On the quick, right?
Here's Stroud now. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. And they send a man in motion. 2nd and 10. Stroud to throw. That's incomplete. Trying to set up the screen there.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
South. Here we go.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field, incomplete. Couldn't connect to a Tank Dell. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback? That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Pass complete to Walker. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Ready. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Mitchell on the give, headed left. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Again, this is Mitchell. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. Here's Mitchell again. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders have likely locked up the win right there. Slh gets the extra point to go. And the Commanders grow the lead now to 22 points. All set for the kickoff. Slh with the honors. Dell now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Stroud. He's got him. That's Mixon. Juke the defender. Another awesome move. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And it sets up a Houston first.
Here we go.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Caught by the open man. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans get it back to within 2 possessions. Tank Dell the touchdown. So now the Texans decide not to pull the offense. They're not kicking. They're going for 2.
Here we go. Let's go.
He's throwing for it. And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead. Well, this one not quite over just yet. They've got 3 timeouts at their disposal, but really need to make the unexpected recovery here. And the Commanders are able to cover the kick. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
And he's tackled for a short gain. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Commanders close to picking up their 5th win. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that first down. Well done.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he carries it for a big gain that gets him down into the red zone. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Running right with Mitchell. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. A give to Mitchell, running left. And we just saw this movie. They stopped him again at the line. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. A lot of room they need here. It's 4th and a long 8. Back to throw. He's got it to his running back. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. And that's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the first instead. Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Mitchell gets it from the gun. And he's brought down for a loss. Final timeout called by the Texans. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
Hey, Kate, sorting through traffic, seeking out a runner, that is this guy's domain, and boy, does he know how to operate in it.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was, just focused on executing the play in front of them.
Now, they don't need points anymore, Brock, but can they resist piling on? Let's see, it's 1st and goal. And he gets in, touchdown! The Commanders make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Here's Slh to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders stretch the lead to 23. All set for the kickoff. Slh with the honors. Jackson now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. All right, one more snap to play here. One final shot here. That one's cut along the left sideline. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And they carried some of that winning football from last game into this contest. Now a modest little win streak blossoming for them, Brock. They've got 2 in a row as they get out of here with a victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Commanders, as we'll see you next time from Houston.